Oh y'all, it has finally happened. Kirk Frost really thought he could keep getting away with this mess, but the truth just knocked on his door with a pair of handcuffs. Yes, you heard that right. Kirk Frost has been arrested for allegedly assaulting Rasheeda, and trust me, the details are messy. Before you say, not Kirk again. Oh yes, again. And this time, it is not just some scandal or secret baby drama. This is serious. The police were called to the Frost home after a huge fight that left Rasheeda in tears. Kirk? Well, he was taken away in handcuffs, looking like he just realized his whole world was about to fall apart. But wait, it gets worse. People are saying this is not just about one fight. Oh no, this could be the result of years of betrayal, shady business deals, and emotional damage. Did Rasheeda finally reach her breaking point? Did Kirk snap because his dirty secrets were about to be exposed? Or is this just another messy chapter in the never-ending Frost drama? Get your popcorn ready because once you hear what really happened that night, you might never look at Kirk and Rasheeda the same way again. I do not even know where to begin with this one because this mess is on another level. We have seen Kirk Frost in some bad situations before, cheating scandals, secret children, shady business moves, but this is something else. Kirk Frost is in jail right now after allegedly assaulting Rasheeda. Yes, Rasheeda. And before you say, oh, it is just another celebrity couple fight, let me tell you, the details will blow your mind. Let me set the scene for you. It was a normal night at the Frost house, or so everyone thought. Kirk and Rasheeda were home together, probably pretending their whole world was not hanging by a thread. But behind closed doors, things had been tense for months. And honestly, are we even surprised? After everything Kirk has done to Rasheeda over the years, cheating scandals, money problems, public embarrassment, he was lucky she had not left him already. But this time, she did not just think about leaving. She made it clear. And that is when things took a turn. Sources close to the couple say that Rasheeda recently confronted Kirk about some shady business deals. Word is, Kirk had been moving money out of their joint accounts into some private businesses. And guess what? Those businesses allegedly involved another woman. That is right. While Rasheeda was out here building their empire and standing by his side, Kirk was out here supporting someone else. Now y'all already know Rasheeda has been through a lot with Kirk. We all saw her stay with him through the whole Jasmine Washington paternity drama. Yes, in case you forgot, Kirk had a whole baby with another woman while pretending to be the perfect husband. But even after that, Rasheeda stayed. Even after Kirk was caught cheating multiple times, she still stayed. But stealing money from her? That was the last straw. So here's what happened. It was late at night, and Rasheeda was looking through financial records. She noticed big amounts of money missing, wire transfers going to unknown accounts, and fake business names popping up. She did what any smart woman would do. She confronted Kirk. And instead of telling the truth, Kirk tried to gaslight her. He hit her with the classic, "You are overreacting," and "You are just stressed out." But Rasheeda was not having it. From what I hear, Rasheeda was demanding answers. She straight up asked Kirk if he was using their money to take care of another woman. At first, Kirk laughed it off, acting like it was nothing. But when Rasheeda pulled out receipts, oh, that is when things got real. Kirk started getting defensive, saying Rasheeda never appreciated him and that he was the one who built their empire. Like Rasheeda has not been out here working hard for years. She was not backing down. They argued for over an hour until Kirk said something that pushed Rasheeda over the edge. We do not know exactly what he said, but whatever it was, it made Rasheeda furious. Sources say Rasheeda grabbed her phone and threatened to call her lawyer to take everything from Kirk. And that is when he allegedly snapped. According to the police report, yes, there is a whole police report, Kirk grabbed Rasheeda's arm and pushed her against the wall. Neighbors said they heard Rasheeda screaming, followed by loud crashing noises. One neighbor even said they heard glass breaking before everything went silent. That is when someone, possibly a neighbor, called 911. When the police arrived, Kirk was standing in the living room acting calm, like nothing had happened. Meanwhile, Rasheeda was crying, her eyes red and swollen. The police questioned both of them, but after seeing Rasheeda's condition, they knew something was not right. When the police arrived, they saw Rasheeda in tears and maybe even noticed some bruises. They did not waste any time and cuffed Kirk on the spot. But hold on, because this is where it gets even worse. When the officers asked Kirk why he put his hands on Rasheeda, this man had the nerve to say, "It is not that serious." Excuse me? You put your hands on your wife, get arrested in your own house, and think it is not that serious? That says everything you need to know about Kirk Frost. The streets are talking, and social media blew up the second the news dropped. Hashtag Kirk Frost arrested was trending within an hour. Some people were shocked, but honestly, most were saying, we already knew. Because let us be real, Kirk has been moving shady for years. The only surprising part is that it took Rasheeda this long to finally say enough is enough. And Rasheeda? Oh, she is not playing this time. Sources say that as soon as Kirk was taken away in handcuffs, she called her lawyer. Word is, she is planning to file for divorce as soon as possible. And not just that, she is coming for half of everything Kirk owns. Kirk might be a manipulator, but Rasheeda is a businesswoman. She knows exactly how to handle this situation. If Kirk thought he was going to walk away from this untouched, he is about to get a rude awakening. But wait, because this is not even the craziest part. Apparently, there is more to this story. Rumors are swirling that this fight was not just about money. It might have been about a secret Kirk has been hiding for years. And once you hear what that secret is, you are going to be shocked. But for that, you will have to stay tuned for part 2, because trust me, this story is just getting started. If you thought part 1 was messy, oh, you have not heard anything yet. The truth behind Kirk Frost's arrest is even uglier than we thought. When we left off, Kirk had just been taken away in handcuffs after allegedly putting his hands on Rasheeda. And let me remind you, this was not just some heated argument that got out of control. This was the result of years of betrayal, financial manipulation, and emotional damage. Rasheeda finally reached her breaking point, and honestly, who can blame her? But here's the part that will make your jaw drop. This was not just about money. No, there is another layer to this scandal, and it is about to make Kirk look even worse. Remember how I mentioned that Kirk had allegedly been moving money into private ventures, possibly to support another woman? Well, turns out that was not just a rumor. And the woman involved? Let us just say Rasheeda knew her very well. Sources close to the situation, and when I say close, I mean people who have been inside the Frost house regularly, say that Rasheeda recently discovered that Kirk had been secretly supporting, wait for it, one of Rasheeda's closest friends. Yes, you heard that right. Not just some random Instagram model or a woman he met at the club. A real friend. Someone Rasheeda trusted. Someone who had been in their house, around their kids, sitting at their table like everything was normal. Rasheeda had been suspicious for months. She had noticed that this so-called friend was living a little too well, expensive handbags, luxury vacations, first-class flights. And the whole time, Rasheeda could not figure out how this woman was affording it all. Something did not add up. Every time Rasheeda saw a new designer purse on the woman's arm or a fresh set of vacation photos from another tropical island, she felt a nagging feeling in her gut. But she did not have proof. Not yet. Then one day, Rasheeda got a tip from another friend. Someone had seen Kirk and this woman together at a high-end hotel in Atlanta. And guess what? They were not just talking. The friend described the way they were laughing, touching, acting way too close for just business. That was all Rasheeda needed to hear. Rasheeda confronted Kirk immediately. She did not wait. She did not hesitate. And according to sources, Kirk did not even try to deny it at first. He hit her with the classic gaslighting, "It is not what you think. You are being paranoid. We were just discussing business." But when Rasheeda asked what kind of business needed to be discussed in a private hotel suite at 2 in the morning, that is when Kirk allegedly lost it. He got defensive, started raising his voice, flipping the script on Rasheeda as if she was the problem. "Why are you always trying to catch me doing something wrong? You do not trust me." But Rasheeda knew better. She had heard these excuses before. She had stood by Kirk through scandals, side babies, and countless betrayals. But this time, something was different. This time, she was not going to let it slide. Kirk must have realized Rasheeda was serious because that was when he changed his tone. He started apologizing, making promises, swearing that this woman meant nothing. But Rasheeda had already made up her mind. She told him she was done. Not just upset. Not just threatening. She was actually done. She was contacting her lawyer. She was filing for divorce. And that is when Kirk's real side came out. Because men like Kirk, they do not handle losing control well. When Rasheeda turned to leave, Kirk allegedly grabbed her phone out of her hand. Why? Because he knew there was evidence. There were texts, calls, proof that he had been lying. When Rasheeda tried to get her phone back, Kirk allegedly grabbed her wrist hard and pushed her against the wall. That was when she screamed loud enough for the neighbors to hear. The police were called, and when they arrived, Kirk was not just calm, he was arrogant. Officers reportedly asked Kirk what happened, and this man had the audacity to say, "She is overreacting. It is just a misunderstanding." Sir, how is physically putting your hands on your wife a misunderstanding? A woman you have publicly humiliated for years? But here's the part that really sealed Kirk's fate. When the police searched Kirk's phone as part of the investigation, they found messages. Hundreds of them. Between Kirk and this so-called friend. And y'all, the messages were not about business. Kirk and this woman had been in a full-blown relationship for over a year. And the receipts were all there, plane tickets, car payments, money transfers, shopping trips. They even had pet names for each other. One message allegedly said, "Do not worry, baby. As soon as I am done with Rasheeda, we can finally be together." Excuse me, sir? This man was out here plotting his exit strategy while Rasheeda was working to hold down the empire they built together. And the fact that he was so confident he would get away with it, the arrogance is mind-blowing. But guess what else the police found? Bank records. And baby, Kirk had been funneling big money into this woman's account. We are talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. Money that was supposed to be going into Rasheeda's business accounts. Money that Rasheeda earned was being used to finance this woman's luxury lifestyle. And y'all already know what that means, right? Fraud. That is right. Kirk was not just cheating. He was allegedly committing financial fraud. And when authorities realized that Kirk was moving that kind of money through fake business accounts and personal transfers, oh baby, that was when this became more than just a domestic incident. Now Kirk was not just facing domestic violence charges. He could be looking at embezzlement and fraud charges. And if those charges stick, he is not just going to lose Rasheeda, he might lose his freedom too. And Rasheeda? Oh, sis is already 10 steps ahead. Sources say that after Kirk's arrest, Rasheeda immediately reached out to her legal team and told them to start digging. Word is, Rasheeda is about to go for full custody of their shared business assets, and she is ready to take Kirk to court for everything he has got. And honestly, who could blame her? After years of public humiliation, side babies, and now alleged financial betrayal, Kirk deserves what is coming his way. But y'all, the story still is not over. Because now that Kirk's legal problems are becoming public, other people are starting to come forward. And the things they are saying about Kirk? Oh, it is about to make this whole scandal look even worse. Because remember that friend Kirk was allegedly involved with? Well, it turns out she was not the only one. And the woman who is speaking out now, she has receipts. Once you hear what she is accusing Kirk of, oh baby, you are going to be shook. But for that tea, you will have to wait for the next update. Because trust me, this story is far from over. And if you thought this part was messy, baby, you better sit down for the next one. It is about to get even worse. According to people close to the situation, Kirk lashed out verbally and emotionally, calling Rasheeda insecure and controlling. And then he said the one thing that flipped the entire situation upside down. Well, maybe if you paid more attention to me, I would not have to go looking elsewhere. Excuse me? The same Rasheeda who stuck by him after he had a side baby? The same Rasheeda who built his entire empire while he was out running the streets? The same Rasheeda who stayed loyal when every other woman would have walked away? Oh, Kirk, you just messed up in the worst way possible. Woman would have walked away years ago, and this is how he justifies his betrayal? But trust me, it gets even worse. After that argument, Rasheeda told Kirk she was done, really done. She told him she was calling her lawyer and filing for divorce. And Kirk? Well, y'all know how manipulative men act when they realize they're about to lose their comfort and control. That is when things got physical. According to the police report, Kirk allegedly grabbed Rasheeda's phone from her hand and tried to delete the evidence. When Rasheeda tried to take it back, Kirk allegedly grabbed her wrist hard and pushed her against the wall. That is when Rasheeda screamed loud enough for the neighbors to hear. Now, let us talk about the arrest, because this was not just a simple domestic disturbance call. When the police arrived, Kirk was not just calm, he was straight up arrogant. Officers reportedly asked him what happened, and this man had the audacity to say, "She is overreacting. It is just a misunderstanding." Sir, how is putting your hands on your wife, a woman you have publicly humiliated for years, a misunderstanding? But here's the part that really seals Kirk's fate. When the police searched his phone as part of the investigation, guess what they found? Text messages, hundreds of them, between Kirk and this so-called friend. And y'all, these messages were not about business. Apparently, Kirk and this woman had been in a full-blown relationship for over a year. And the receipts? They were all there. Plane tickets, hotel stays, money transfers, shopping trips. They even had pet names for each other. One of the messages allegedly said, "Do not worry, baby. As soon as I am done with Rasheeda, we can finally be together." Excuse me? This man was out here planning his escape while Rasheeda was working hard to keep their empire standing. And the fact that he was so confident he would get away with it? The arrogance is mind-blowing. And guess what else the police found? Bank records. And baby, Kirk had been funneling big money into this woman's account. We are talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. Money that was supposed to go into Rasheeda's business accounts, money that Rasheeda earned, was being used to fund this woman's luxury lifestyle. And y'all already know what that means, right? Fraud. That is right. Kirk was not just cheating, he was allegedly committing financial fraud. When authorities realized Kirk was moving that kind of money through fake business accounts and personal transfers, oh baby, that is when this turned into more than just a domestic incident. Now, Kirk is not just facing domestic violence charges, he could be looking at embezzlement and fraud charges. And if those charges stick, he is not just going to lose Rasheeda, he might lose his freedom too. And Rasheeda? Oh, she is already 10 steps ahead. Sources say that after Kirk's arrest, Rasheeda immediately reached out to her legal team and told them to start digging. Word is Rasheeda is about to go for full custody of their shared business assets, and she is ready to take Kirk to court for everything he has got. And honestly, I do not blame her. After years of public humiliation, side babies, and now financial betrayal, Kirk deserves everything that is coming his way. But y'all, the story is not over yet, because now that Kirk's legal problems are becoming public, other people are starting to come forward. And the things they are saying about Kirk? Oh, it is about to make this scandal look even worse. Because remember that friend Kirk was allegedly involved with? Well, it turns out she was not the only one. And the woman who is speaking out? She has receipts. And once you hear what she is accusing Kirk of, oh baby, you are going to be shocked. But for that tea, you will have to wait for part 3 because trust me, this story is about to take a turn nobody saw coming. Y'all, if you thought parts 1 and 2 were messy, baby, you better sit down for this one because it is about to get even worse. Kirk Frost's legal troubles are just the tip of the iceberg. This story has taken over, and now people are coming forward with things that could completely destroy Kirk's reputation and maybe even send him to jail. Last time, Kirk had just been arrested for allegedly attacking Rasheeda after she found out he had been moving money into private accounts. Some of that money was reportedly linked to one of Rasheeda's so-called friends. If that was not bad enough, the police found text messages and financial records proving that Kirk had been using Rasheeda's hard-earned money to support another woman's luxury lifestyle. But here's the thing, that woman was not the only one. Just when Kirk thought things could not get worse, another woman stepped forward. And this was not just anyone. This was a well-known Atlanta influencer. What she revealed made the whole situation even messier. She claimed she had been involved with Kirk for more than 2 years. Not only that, but Kirk had been telling her the same thing he told the other woman, that he was going to leave Rasheeda and start a new life with her. But here's the real shocker. This woman did not just come forward with words. She had proof, screenshots, videos, bank statements, and even recordings of phone calls where Kirk reportedly admitted to lying to Rasheeda and using her business as collateral for a private loan. Let that sink in. Kirk was not just cheating. He was using Rasheeda's business, the one she built, to fund his lifestyle with other women. And guess what? After this second woman spoke out, even more people started talking. Former employees and business partners claimed Kirk had been laundering money through their business for years. Allegedly, he had been moving money from their business accounts into fake companies and then transferring it into his private accounts. And who was helping him? The same so-called friend he was involved with. This was no longer just about cheating. This was a full-blown scam. And when Rasheeda found out, she did not just cry. She went straight into business mode. Sources say she is working with a team of forensic accountants and lawyers to freeze all of Kirk's business accounts. And here is the real twist. Because Kirk and Rasheeda were legal business partners, Kirk broke their business agreement by using their shared funds for personal use. That means Rasheeda has the legal right to remove him from their company. In other words, Kirk might not just lose his marriage, he might lose everything they built together. As soon as the news broke. The hashtag Kirk Frost arrested is still trending, and people are dragging him left and right. Even his longtime supporters are turning against him. Meanwhile, Rasheeda is having a glow-up in the middle of all this. After Kirk's arrest, she posted a message on Instagram that said, "Sometimes God removes people from your life for a reason. Trust the process." She is not just walking away from Kirk, she is about to level up. Sources say she is already in talks with networks about turning this scandal into a documentary series. And if she drops a Surviving Kirk Frost special, it is going to break the internet. As for Kirk, he is spiraling. Word is, his lawyers are already trying to negotiate a plea deal because they know he will not survive a full trial. But here's the problem. If he admits to fraud, he is not just losing his business. He could lose his freedom. And Rasheeda has made it clear, there is no coming back from this. At this point, Kirk is facing a failed marriage, financial ruin, possible jail time, and a ruined reputation. And honestly, he brought this on himself. He had years to fix his mistakes. He had a loyal wife who supported him through everything. He had a thriving business that Rasheeda helped build. He had a chance to be better, but instead, he chose to lie, cheat, and steal. And now, he is sitting in a jail cell wondering how he got here. But the truth is simple, he did this to himself. Now the big question is, can Kirk survive this, or is this the final nail in his career's coffin? What do you all think? Is this the end for Kirk, or is there any way for him to recover? And do you think Rasheeda is handling this the right way, or is she going too far? Let me know your thoughts, because trust me, this story is far from over. And if you want the next update when Kirk finally speaks out, make sure you stay tuned, because things are about to get even messier.